along the coast.
Welcome to GeekaXoid.
Hey geeks, Sean here with another podcast from GeekaXoid. Today we have a special guest, a longtime friend, comic book enthusiast, and a new team member to the GeekaXoid team. Introduce you to Jake.
How's everybody doing?
Alright.
Glad to be with GeekaXoid. It'll be a good time.
Now, do you want to give us like a little kind of like a background to like your like geekiness? Like, I know you like comic books, big Batman fan, but like, what else are you into?
Like you say, long-time Batman fan. Lots of comics. X-Men's a big one for me. Tend to be more of a DC kind of guy, but do dabble in some Marvel. Big fan of Star Wars, Star Trek. I've read all the Harry Potter books a couple times. Pretty open to anything geek. Things that keep me busy geek-wise today would be like Assassin's Creed, playing the third one finally. Video games like the new Batman Arkham Origins. Anything geek, really, I can be into.
Now, you're aware today is the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. Are you familiar with any Doctor Who things or anything like that?
I am not familiar with the Doctor Who. Never watched it. I totally would, though, if given the chance. Most definitely.
Now, I bet you folks are wondering where Brian is. He's not with us right now because he's busy watching the 50th anniversary episode, as well as doing some dishes. So that's why he couldn't be with us for this podcast. But he is a huge Doctor Who fan, and he was trying to convert me into watching Doctor Who. But I gotta be honest, like I watched the first episode he told me to watch, and I wasn't impressed. And some other people have told me to start on like a different episode, so I might give it a retry.
It's impressive when a television show can last for 50 years and have, I don't even know how many doctors are Doctor Who, but
I believe there's 11.
Kind of like James Bond, it just keeps going over, but it's a cool thing.
Well, I think like it only lasts 50 years because there was a run of it, and then there was the refresh where like they brought it back. Like I think it ended. I'm not really sure on all the dates and stuff, but I knew it was like what was 50 years ago, like from the like 1970s, 1960s, and then played probably to like 1980s, and then they did the revival series, which started up probably around 2000 something. But I'm not really sure on all that stuff because I'm not a Doctor Who fan. But Brian would probably know more about that. But yeah, you said you were an X-Men fan. Are you excited about all this like X-Men news coming up? The Days of Future Past. I'm really excited about that.
Absolutely. Word on the street is they're doing some reshooting right now, but nothing. It's a big budget movie. Really excited to see Jennifer Lawrence play Mystique again. She's awesome at that. Still have to go see the new Hunger Games though.
I'm seeing that tonight with the wife. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm actually seeing that tonight with the wife.
Oh yeah? Good. I know my girlfriend and I are gonna go see it soon. I don't know. We tried to go see it last night, of course. We go to this popular theater in this town we're all from, and it's sold out like always, but what can you do?
Are you talking about the tavern?
Yeah.
It's funny because she texted me. She's like, "Hey, do you want to go see the Hunger Games?" Or I can't remember if she said Hunger Games or Catching Fire, whatever. And I immediately replied with, "Is that a typo for Thor 2?" I still haven't seen it yet.
You still haven't seen Thor either?
Not the second one.
Oh wow. Second one was good. Recommend it to anyone out there watching. Always. Like I said, I'm more of a DC guy, but definitely get into some Marvel. And never been a Thor fan. Definitely like this movie. Definitely go out and watch it.
Yeah, I got really good reviews. I definitely want to see it because Like I like what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing. It's like really great stuff, and like since Disney bought it, like Disney has like unlimited funds, so they can basically do whatever they want, and it's gonna be gold.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be good. I mean, all the movies they're coming out with they look like they're looking better. And X-Men, Captain America, those are two big exciting ones to see.
Actually, I'm
Studio?
I'm sorry. What another studio?
Now, is it Fox Studios that makes X-Men?
Yes, Fox they own the rights to X-Men and like Fantastic Four and stuff like that, I think too. Hopefully Thor 2 does like a redemption kind of thing for Iron Man 3, because that movie was awful.
Yeah. Ugh, that movie was awful.
Did you hear?
Anybody who likes that, oh, no thank you. Can't watch that. Ugh.
Did you see they got Ben Kingsley back to try to do like a reshoot for like the whole Mandarin thing? They're gonna do like a little one shot for him. Are you excited for the new Hobbit movie?
Still have to see the first one, honestly. I still have to see the first Hobbit. I saw it on actually at a high school play, but I haven't seen the first movie. So.
Well, strap in for an excellent ride because it's really good, and also it's really long. So make sure you clear your schedule. It's like 3.5 hours or something.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Oh my gosh, those movies are forever.
But they're good.
Yeah, they're great, but could not imagine sitting through one of those for like a whole, like wanted to go see Batman. I could not imagine sitting through 3 Lord of the Rings movies back to back to back. Thought about going to go see The Hobbit like that, but.
Yeah, definitely. So, oh yeah, dude, I don't think we've talked about Batman versus Superman, or is it Batman versus Superman or Superman versus Batman? Like, doesn't matter. Batfleck, dude.
I think the way it works, honestly, is if you're a Batman fan, you say it's Batman versus Superman, and if you're a Superman fan, you say it's Superman versus Batman.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that's good. I'll roll with that. That sounds good. But yeah, dude, I'm all for the Batfleck. I think he can do it. I think it's gonna be a great movie. I just really want to see the costume. That's like all I'm dying to see.
See the costume. We just want to see the costume. That's all anybody wants right now. Just hope that it's not going to be corny or cheesy or spandex or hopefully Ben Affleck's in shape, man.
Yeah, dude. Haven't you seen those pictures of him? Like he's like totally ripped now.
Yeah. You never know, though. You never know where they're at, like, when they're, like, right now, Might be taking muscle supplements or something.
Maybe, I don't know. But, what else can we talk about really quick? Oh, dude, Arrow, dude. Arrow is where it's at, seems like.
Arrow is where it's at. Have you watched any of Season 2?
Not yet. I'm still trying to finish Season 1 on Netflix. Like, when I first started watching it, I only got to, like, episode 6 before I was all like, I don't know about this Oliver Queen. He seems kind of moody and kind of, like he's on his period or something. But then I started watching it again, and I got farther into it, and he seems a lot cooler, I guess. Like, I just finished the episode where he takes on the Royal Flush Gang, so it's like episode 6 or 7 in the first season. So I got a lot of catching up to do. And, yeah, dude, and the thing is, like, I'm also trying to finish watching Breaking Bad. So, like, as soon as I finish Breaking Bad, I'm on, like, season 4 of that. But as soon as I finish Breaking Bad, I can focus all my attention on Arrow and then get all caught up with that, because, like, I'm excited. Like for, like, they have the Flash on there, and, they just revealed that they're going to have Solomon Grundy. They have, Brian was telling me how, Ra's al Ghul's daughter's on there. Not Talia, the other one.
Yeah. I think they created another one. I'm not sure though. But the League of Assassins is on Arrow.
I think the main reason Brian likes it because he's a huge Batman fan too, and being a Batman fan, they have a lot of his rogue gallery on there.
Yeah, Deadshot. I mean, the Royal Flush Gang is kind of that's kind of a Justice League. That's kind of a Justice League rogues gallery. You know, there's several times that I've seen them used with characters by themselves against the Justice League. I mean, I've seen the Joker. The Joker used them on a Justice League episode, I think, once. But yeah, that's a good villain.
I feel like they're mostly used as like a distraction though. You know, like, oh, go rob this bank. Well, me, the really badass supervillain, goes and blows up something.
Trying to think other rogues out there on Arrow.
Isn't Solomon Grundy Green Lantern? Wasn't he Green Lantern's villain first?
Yeah, absolutely. The original Green Lantern. And a lot of people don't know this, is the original Green Lantern actually operated in Gotham City. And Solomon Grundy, being an immortal kind of villain, you know, always coming back, I guess he is dead, but he comes back, but ultimately he comes back for Batman, and that's why we see Solomon Grundy thrown around Gotham City in various comics, like The Long Halloween, or even in Batman Arkham City. I think Solomon Grundy's in that.
Right, yeah, definitely. He looked great in that. Is he's kind of like the Hulk, though, like, well, in a sense where, like, if you make the Hulk more angry, he gets stronger. With Solomon Grundy, each time he dies, he comes back, but he comes back stronger, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Great series, though. Great series. I don't want to give too much away, but, you know, just throwing some stuff out there. On Arrow's great for just the comic book nerd shout out, you know, just the geeky little stuff where you gotta be a geek to get it. You know, I got a buddy of mine that I watch Arrow with, and he's not into comics like I am, and he doesn't hear them at all. You know, you hear references to Bloodhaven, Central City.
See, that's one of the main reasons I love Smallville so much. Also, because I'm a die-hard Superman fan.
Yeah, and Arrow is just cool because there's a lot of stuff that I don't see until later. I mean, there's so much. I can only think of the most recent stuff right now. There's about 5 or 6 things that I can think of right now that are very recent, very promising, but can't ruin it for anybody.
Well, like, alright, I have a question really quick, since I'm not caught up. They're calling his sister Speedy, and yet I know Roy Harper is on the show. Do they call him Speedy also? Like, what's up with that?
Well, what's interesting about that is...
And she's the one with the drug problem.
Well, see, the interesting thing about that is a lot of times we see in television shows, certain things don't go over well with audiences, and they're testing audiences, so they'll change things throughout the show. I haven't heard Oliver call her Speedy in probably since the last episode, or probably since the last episode you've seen.
But she's not Speedy though. She doesn't do it. She has nothing to do with that.
Not yet, at least. No, not yet.
All right.
And she really doesn't have much of a drug problem later on.
Oh, okay.
So.
One thing I really wanted to talk about was we had like a really long conversation about this, and it kind of like wanted me to get you involved with the GeekaXoid. Batman's ear length.
The ears. The ears.
Now, I like them kind of like Jim Lee style, a little bit stubby, or like kind of like Adam West. But I could also go for like the way they look like in Arkham Origins, or like the Nolan verse looks good because they're kind of like a mid-length, because like it's still like scary. Like if you like saw a guy with like, if you saw that silhouette or like that shadow behind you, you're gonna be like, what the heck is that? Versus like if they're too long, it gets a little comical. Like with the original Arkham games, like I thought those were way too long. And definitely in it's Blood Rain, right? Where he's the vampire.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's a name. There's 3 different vampire books, but they just get worse and worse as the books go along. It's just like throughout the books, they just get taller and taller and taller the entire time.
Eventually, go ahead. Sorry.
Honestly, if you were to read that book, you can just tell, like, when they started it, they were very gung-ho about it. By the second book, they were still pretty strong, but then when they got to the third book, they were kind of like, we're done with this. That's something, it's a little sad, but it very much shows in that.
I also feel like ear length kind of like, it could like, I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like it kind of could set the tone, you know?
Yeah, set the tone for your Batman, yeah.
Because like if they're longer, obviously you're going to go for like a more sinister Batman. Like, have you read Arkham Asylum, which has nothing to do with the video game, but it's a really good like short graphic novel.
Yeah, those are some really long years in that too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's like a darker story.
Not with that artwork. Those look great with that artwork.
And then like, since he's a vampire, obviously he's gonna have the more menacing looking long ears, but it gets a little like too novelty, like too like, you know, like comical. Like, I know it's a comic book, but like it gets laughable, you know? Like, dude, how can you even walk through a door? How can you remember? Do you remember with the Michael Keaton Batman cowl? They had 2 different kinds so that he could sit in the Batmobile.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had the one that he would wear when he's fighting and stuff, and then he had one that they would switch out that are a little bit shorter so that the roof of the Batmobile could close.
Huh. I'll have to go back and watch. Is that with the first one or is that with both of them? Do you know?
It may be with both of them. I think it's probably the first one though.
Yeah, that sounds like a first one.
Usually they get that thing fixed.
Mhm.
Like remember the whole bat symbol fiasco?
I don't know what you mean by fiasco, but I know it changes between Batman and Batman Returns.
Everyone was all pissed off about how Tim Burton added kind of what are supposed to be kind of like feet, I guess, to the bat symbol.
Oh, the little feet he has?
Yeah, everyone, as far as I know, was like all pissed off. Like, what the hell is that supposed to be?
Oh, I always thought it was cool, honestly. It was a little demonic almost, but I thought it was neat.
See, I was never a fan of the yellow thing though. Like my favorite Batmen are always the one is just gray and has the black bat. You know, like I don't like the yellow circle. I was never a very big fan of that.
Yeah. I feel like that's like you and everybody else, man. All together, preaching to the choir. Nobody's really crazy about that anymore. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna put down a Batman comic because he's got it like that. You know,
right? Remember? Didn't they redid the Killing Joke? Remember?
Yeah, and they took it away. That's great. I mean, the only reason that, you know, and that's one of the problems with comics nowadays is sometimes they feel like they have to follow these unwritten laws, and you know, like if Brian Bolland, who drew that. Another good tall-eared Batman, by the way, wanted to, you know, if he wanted to draw his Batman without the little yellow ring, he should have been able to draw his Batman without it, you know? But, man, what can you do?
But then, like, if you go back and read, like, the original, it looks normal, but then if you reread the redone, or I don't even know how to, what would you call that? It's not rewritten or anything. They just recolored it and stuff.
I don't know. I forget what they called it. I actually don't have it. Because I have that copy of the Killing Joke that you got me. It's never like, oh yeah, go by this, you know?
I was gonna say, I thought I got you the Killing Joke or something.
Yeah, I just don't have the, whatever, redesigned or recolored one.
Yeah, but the thing about the recoloring is, like, it looks stupid now because you have this tiny little bat on his chest.
Yeah, it's true.
But, like, I know we all know that the circle is supposed to be, like, a, like, subliminal target, so if someone tries to shoot him. But yeah, I was never really a big fan of that. I always liked just the big black bat across, like, the gray costume.
I've always been a big fan of Frank Miller's, the bat that he has across Batman's chest.
Right, the fat one?
Spread across as far as it'll go, you know? Paul Pope kind of has a bat on his chest like that, too.
Are you talking about, like, Year 100?
Yeah.
Doesn't his, like, bleed into the cape?
His wings? The cape?
Yeah, no, doesn't the bat symbol on Paul Pope's Batman, like, doesn't it, like, kind of, like, bleeds over to the shoulders a little bit and connects to his cape, right?
Yeah,
or am I wrong? There have been so many Batman costumes, dude. Remember that you sent me a picture the other day?
Oh yeah, most definitely. The Batman's gotta have, like, a record for, like, most costume changes, you know?
Like, I know. If you think about it, Iron Man is kind of the Batman analog for Marvel. But think about how many armors Iron Man has compared to Batman's bat suits. You'd probably the same, like...
Yeah, it's gotta be up there. Somebody should really count that. Count how many different suits they can count for each one of them. That's funny, man. You know, Iron Man really is like DC's he really is like Marvel's, you know. He's their guy there, you know. He's that same kind of character. I don't know how to put it.
They're both really smart, and they have the money and stuff to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Oh, and they have no powers.
Yeah, no powers, yeah.
And this is kind of like, I don't know, more of a symbolism thing.
Ridiculously rich.
This is kind of more of like a symbolism thing, but neither of them have hearts.
Why wouldn't Batman have a heart?
Because he's so dark and depressed all the time.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like, since you're such a huge Batman fan, like, who's your favorite Robin?
Oh, who's my favorite Robin? Oh, man, it is tough. It comes, for me, I'm gonna have to say Dick Grayson. And I know that's the same for a lot of people.
I thought you'd go for Jason Todd.
You know, that's part of the problem is I get all like I go through like phases of like what I read in comics, and when I go through like part of why I'm such a big Batman fan, I guess, is I'll go through phases where I'll read comics where I want to read like Bruce Wayne as Batman, like old school, you know, whatever, the good, solid Bruce Wayne as Batman, traditional, you know.
Definitely.
Then I have different phases where I want to read like anything Dick Grayson. So I'll end up reading comics where Dick Grayson is just Batman, you know, or I'll read old Nightwing comics, or there's a wide spectrum for Dick Grayson. But then it's the same thing with like Jason Todd, you know. I'll read. I have comics with both of them in it, and even Damian Wayne now. I have like Damian quite a bit. I like to read a lot of comics where he's Batman.
I didn't know there was more than one.
Oh really? Yeah, they're usually it's usually like, you know how comics print like the main story and then they have like a side story at the end?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The only thing I've seen where Damian was Batman was at the end of Batman and Son.
Yeah, Batman Incorporated had a few issues where it was all about Damian as Batman, but most of them have been where he's like a side issue, except for the new 4 issues that are coming out, or whatever. That you did a review on it, the new Damian Wayne comic, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Except for that, he hasn't had his like own comic. More reviews to come though. A lot of times, I'm gonna try to do one a week at least. I'm gonna try to do different ones. When I go to pick up my comics, I'll probably finish reviewing the Damian Wayne ones, which that'll take a week out of the month. But I'll probably try to read something different every week and get my little synopsis and review on it.
Yeah, that would be
Just
great.
something that's not Batman. I'll definitely probably do something Superman soon, but I'm gonna try to be as diverse as possible with it and read stuff from DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, IDW, and I'm gonna try to make it a little more diverse for sure.
Definitely, yeah. I was just gonna throw out there, my favorite Robin was always Tim Drake, but then, yeah, I always thought he was really cool. And then when they brought Damian in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool because that's Batman's son. Who else deserves to be Robin, you know? And then they killed him off, and I was so depressed. Not depressed, like, physically or literally, but just like, oh man, that guy was such a good character, you know? Like, why'd you have to kill him off so soon?
Yeah. Wait, Tim Drake's dead right now?
No, Damian.
Oh, Damian, right. Okay. I got confused for a sec.
I love how you just said he's dead right now.
Yeah, he's dead right now. I always think of the 4 Robins. It's like his 4 Ninja Turtles, man. It's like Batman had 4 kids, and they're 4 like little bratty Ninja Turtle kids. You have Dick Grayson.
Don't forget about Stephanie Brown.
Yeah, the Dick Turtle. Well, I mean, he's had multiple of the girls. I mean, Cassandra Cain, Barbara Gordon. They're all up there. I love the Batgirls. For sure.
Oh yeah, all these reviews are all posted at GeekaXoid.com. That's GeekaXoid.com.
Oh, yep. GeekaXoid.com. Tell your friends.
Just doing a really quick plug. We also have a Facebook page. Go on, head over there and like it.
Well, what I was saying about the Turtles, right? Leonardo, the oldest and the leaders, like Dick Grayson, you know, pretty easy. Raphael, the little rebel one, that's like Jason Todd. You kind of got the smart kid who kind of uses his brain the most, and I'd say that's Tim Drake. It's like a Donatello, where he's the smart kid. You know, it takes a lot of brains to figure out who Batman is on your own. And the last but not least, even though might be the smartest out of them, he is the youngest and kind of the punk and kind of can be a lot of comic relief, is probably Damian while he's Robin. I think he's I find him to be entertaining.
Definitely, I love how he like cracks jokes about the other Robins so hard.
That's good stuff. Well, I guess to get things wrapped up, we hope to be doing more podcasts soon. I'm glad to be a part of GeekaXoid. Hope to get more geeks, more fans here. You know, tell your friends.
Definitely, yeah. We're trying to build up our fan base. We're definitely gonna have more podcasts. Hopefully, some like videos sometime coming up soon. Me and Brian did this Comic-Con video. We still plan on posting. We got some big changes coming. We got new logos, new graphics and stuff. New reviews coming. Always posting articles. Head over to GeekaXoid.com. Definitely check those out for more updates and stuff. Definitely like the fan page. That pretty much wraps it up. This has been Sean and Jake with GeekaXoid. See you later.
Thank you. See ya, geeks.